We are now going back to classes again, and here we use a class called account, and it's like a bank account where you can make deposits, you can make withdrawals, you have a certain balance in it, you can calculate interest. And we use 3 files over here. This one is the main program. And we're going to include the account CPP file, not .h for header as in the book. And we'll show that in a moment too. Then we have a couple of function prototypes. You see that we have a function to display the menu. After we display the menu, we get an answer, and that's returned as a character. And then over here we can use the make deposit, or we can use the withdraw function over here. So if you look at the main function over here, for the input validation for the menu, they use over here character. Max choice is then the character for 7, and 7 is exiting the program. So that's going to be the last valid entry for the choices. You've seen it used with integers before. We can use characters too, because the cin input will distinguish between characters and integers based on what it expects. And we have over here an account that we call savings. We could have another account that we call checking also. Over here we specify that all numbers are going to be displayed, all doubles are going to be displayed with 2 decimals over here. And the first thing we're going to do in this do while loop over here is display the menu. Then we're going to call get choice and assign that answer to choice. And actually, let me move this a little bit. So you see that we send to get choice the max choice constant. And then we use over here switch structure for the different cases, balance printout, how many transactions we've had, how much interest has been earned for this period. We can make a deposit, we can withdraw over here, we can calculate interest, or of course we can exit the program over here. So everything depends on this savings object in the account class. So let's look at the account class, and you see that over here in this account.h file, h for header, and you see over here the class account specified. We have a couple of private variables, the balance, the interest rate, the interest, and the number of transactions. Over here we can create the initial account, and we've hard coded the rate as 4.5%. The initial balance is 0, and this is these are defaults. So if you send it something other for the rate or for the balance, then you could construct another account too. Whatever you send it over here, whether it's going to be using the default value or the value that's actually sent it, is going to be assigned over here to the balance and to the rate. The interest, we have not generated any interest yet, and we have not conducted any transactions yet either. So this is the default constructor. For make deposit, you send it an amount, and we just add that to the balance, and we say that we have one more transaction. If we want to withdraw something, we have that defined in account.cpp, And this is where you see an important difference with that header file. Over here we have some logic, and over here we check if we don't try to withdraw too much. If the balance is less than the amount that's going to be withdrawn, then we're going to return false as this Boolean value. Otherwise, we're going to deduct the amount from the balance, say we have one more transaction, and send back true. Over here we can calculate the interest. So we multiply the interest rate with the balance over here and calculate the interest that way, and then add that to the balance. We can get the balance over here where we just return it. We can get the interest, which is now an internal property. And also we can get the number of transactions here. So that's that account class, and again it can be a savings account, can be a checking account. So over here in display menu, you see that it's a void function. We just give the different choices over here, and then as the last line, enter your choice. And we're not sending anything back because we're getting the choice over here in that get choice function. Remember that we send it that maximum character of 7. So we use C and get and assign that to choice. We have to make sure that we get the new line out of the buffer, because this is really an integer. Characters and integers are interchangeable. And see over here, if the choice is less than the character 1, not a integer 1 but a character 1, or it's more than the maximum character, then it gives us the error message, and we go through this while loop until we actually get a valid choice. So a good example of how you put input checking into a function. Make deposit. Over here we send it the account object. In this case it was savings, but over here it is going to be called account. Over here we have to define the variable dollars, so we can ask the user for it. We use ignore again, and then we call account make deposit, which is this one over here. We send that amount, and in that function not only do we add the amount to the balance, but we also increase the number of transactions. And then finally withdraw over here, we send it a reference to the savings account of the account class. Again, we have to declare a variable for the dollars. User enters it over here, get rid of the new line, and then since we return a Boolean over here, if we don't return a false, so if not false, true, then we have over here the error message that the withdrawal amount is too large, and then we're just not going to ask for it again. So let's run this. So let's first display the default balance 0, and we're going to see how many transactions we've had, and that is also 0. We're going to make a deposit, which is 4, and I'll just do this amount over here, big money, 12,000 bucks. And if I want to see how much is in it again, then you see that I get this exact amount back. Okay, now we're going to add interest for the period. So that's choice number 6. And now if I want to see what the account balance is, you see that it's significantly more than the 12345.66. So it's about 4.5% extra. Let's make a withdrawal, which is number 4, and I'm going to try to withdraw 100,000, and it will tell me oh wait, that is actually less than the balance amount. Let me check over here again. Make a withdrawal. Did I add something to it? Okay, I added 100,000 made a deposit instead of withdrawal. Okay, so let's fix that. We're going to make a really large withdrawal, and this time $1,000,000, and it will give us the error message over here. If I do the balance again, we have over here 112,901.21, and if I do a valid withdrawal number 5 and I just do 100,000, you see that it works, and now I have to display the account balance again, and I should get about 12,901.21, and I can just exit the program. Let me first do 8. Won't let me do it. -9. Nope. -1. Nope. -1. Oh yeah, here enter the choice. We'll just do 1, the balance over here, and then we'll exit the program.